Hey guys, welcome to yet another vlog. And today we are going to review the match between CSK and Delhi Capitals. I would say yet another crushing defeat for CSK, guys. So we'll start with Mohit, who swears or who has sworn by CSK
He
in the
has the
past.
Canary yellow T-shirt on still.
He still has it. He still has it. Don't
I
know
think
how
a very
long.
complete performance by Delhi Capitals in this game, and expectedly, very shitty tactics from CSK yet again. I think it's about time they realize that whatever they have thought in terms of Murli Vijay opening the batting, or the batting order in which they are going with. Those things are not working, and if they continue with that, they'll definitely end up in the bottom half of the table this year around. It's about time now. 3 games, it's pretty obvious that some things are not working for CSK. Glad that Ingidi did not play today. Hazelwood, brought in good value. I noticed that CSK gave around only 18 runs in the last 2 overs against set players like Pant, Shreyas
That
Iyer, and
was
Stoinis.
more of
So
Sam Curran rather than Hazelwood. Sam Curran bowled a
yeah,
four-run over.
exactly. So that is one thing I'm glad they are figuring out. But as long as the batting order stays this way, I don't see CSK going far in the tournament. Quite honestly, I mean, it's baffling how Murli Vijay can continue to open the batting. In today's era of T20 cricket, so what he does is that he puts in that much extra pressure on Watson, and we have seen that
Yeah,
now 2 games in a row that
in a row.
Watson has thrown his wicket away because of the kind of pressure the required rate has put.
Honestly,
With
Yeah.
Watson also had a uh, less than 100 strike rate, and he also takes some time to start off really. So
Watson
we
needs
can't have
somebody
two
to
of the
time.
same kind.
Exactly. You cannot have two of the same kind, especially when you are consciously choosing to chase
Yeah.
constantly. You
Yes.
can do that when you are batting first, probably, but when you are constantly choosing to chase, then you need to keep up the rate no matter how much firepower you think you have at the end. I'm not sure they have that firepower, but if Dhoni thinks they have that firepower at the end, even then, beyond 12 runs and over, it becomes very improbable. Yes, teams go on to get it once in a while. Maybe Dhoni's team twice in a while, but still twice in a while is it's very improbable. We have seen that 2 times in 2 games now, and if things don't change, we'll see it more often going forward, where they'll struggle to get even 160. 160, 170 will be tough to get if you're not getting 80, 90 of the first 10 overs. And 80, 90 of the first 10 overs means you need to have 40, 50 in the power play. The way
Yeah.
Murli Vijay is playing, he just, doing the job of a night watchman. Just playing out the power play overs, seeing off the new ball. you know,
And then getting out in the last ball of the power play
Absolutely. Yes.
completes the full circle.
It's like the worst, you can get. So,
I think
yeah.
it is a combination. It is a combination of not having the right resources, but it is also compounded by the completely baffling approach that they have taken. Right, more than the resources, I think it is the approach which concerns me. I think absolute lack of intent in the first 10 overs. There were 47 for no loss after the first 10. Not no loss,
For
but yeah,
one,
47 for two.
two.
47
Yeah.
for two after the first 10 overs.
Yeah.
Right, and how often do you see that? How often do you see that? You're not going to win games of cricket if you're scoring at less than 5 runs and over, 5 runs per over in the first 10 overs, right? I think
Right, right.
Peterson brought a very pertinent point in the commentary as well,
And
where he alluded to,
that too against bowlers like Akshar Patel.
Yes.
you know, so
He had
so
probably finished 3 overs by the
Rabada
time
bowled
10
only
overs were
one
done.
over.
no, I think
Rabada
Mishra
bowled
bowled
only
well.
one over in the first
Mishra bowled
13 overs.
Yeah.
Mishra bowled well, and it was a smart tactic also. I think in hindsight, I think it was a smart tactic to get Aksha, because I think Shane Watson has been dismissed by him 6 times in the 80
Yeah.
deliveries that he has faced of him. So maybe, sometimes when you have gotten out to a bowler pretty often, that unconsciously plays on your mind. And I think it was a smart move, right? And someone who is quicker through the air and Watson going for that pull shot, and you never know with the dicey nature of the pitches, you could miss one. And exactly that's what happened. Watson trying to go for a pull, misjudging the length, and then getting hold out in the deep. So I
I
think
really don't think they
they,
even have a space for Watson in the team right now.
but they do not have any other alternative, right? I mean,
Why not
this
open
is a
with Faf
team.
and
Maybe,
going
but
forward
then who
Rydis?
are your middle order batsmen? Who are the middle order batsmen waiting in the bench, right? The bench strength itself is not strong enough. So maybe with Raidu coming back from injury, it will lend some
And
solidity and firepower to that middle order.
Watson
And we
has
saw
not
that in the
looked
first
bad.
match.
Watson has not looked bad in the last,
Yeah.
3 games. He's not been able to convert those 20, 30s,
Starts.
two big scores. Yes, but he's not
Yeah.
looked out of touch like he did last year.
Yeah.
Last year
He's not
he
looked out of
looked
sorts.
completely out of touch. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
But
I
I
think what
think the
about
larger
let's
problem with the CSK side is the fact that they somehow inherently believe that they can get 120 of the last 10 overs or 8
Yeah.
overs. It's this, disbelief, which I will now, call it a, sense of, empowerment
illusion?
that यार हम तो बना लेंगे, last 10 overs में हम बना लेंगे, 120, 130, no matter who the bowler is, what the conditions are, right? You're not playing in Mumbai, you're not playing in Bangalore, right? You are playing in large grounds where hitting sixes is not easy. You
And
are
you are
playing
up
against
against,
quality bowlers. Yeah.
yes, exactly. You're up against quality bowlers, right? And
Yes.
especially someone like Rabada, who has a proven record at the death. I mean, 90%
Yes.
of his wickets have come between over 16 and 20, right? So
Right.
I think you have to factor that in. I understand. I'm not a very big fan of cricket being only looked at through the lens of numbers. But sometimes I think you do have to factor these things and then employ your strategies accordingly, right? And knowing Dhoni's never been a big fan of numbers, he's always relied more on instinct rather than what
Right.
the data would ask you to do. But I think somewhere down the line they have to think about these things. I'm not sure if this is a team which even travels
I
with
think
an analyst, right?
exactly. I
But
think
these
in
are
short,
important
they
things
have
that
to
you need to do.
they have to go back to the drawing board basically. Get their batting order right. Get their top 5 sorted for now. Because you're down. Three games done, and in tournaments like IPL, you wouldn't know how 7 or 8 games will fly past you. So if you don't fix it now, then it's going to be a
Right.
huge problem for CSK. Yeah.
I think the format is such that you tend to win games on the trot, and also I think you tend to lose a lot of games on the trot. Right.
Yes.
So
Momentum
it
does
just catches
matter.
on like a habit. Momentum is absolutely important, especially when the duration of the game itself is shortened, right? Because you really do not have an opportunity to bounce back. Right.
Yeah. Right.
The other thing also, regarding, I think one last point on CSK before we also move to Delhi Capitals. So I think Delhi outclassed CSK today and perhaps had a perfect match. Just one last point: the absence of power hitters in CSK. So even with the change in batting order, I mean, you can, with the exception of Dhoni, to an extent, Karan, there is no power. There is no power hitter in this batting lineup. Someone who can come and just go from the word go
What go?
at numbers 5, 6, and 7, right? So I think that is, and I don't think that problem can even be solved. Maybe Dhoni just has to take on the more aggressive role, and maybe Karan to an extent. Maybe with Raidu coming in, you will have someone who might be able to score at a much faster rate than what we have seen CSK do in the past 2 matches. But not sure if that problem can be addressed. Again, with Bravo coming back, again, not someone who you would really classify as a power hitter. I think CSK has always missed that, but somehow it has been kept under the wraps because of the nature of the pitch at Chepauk. And CSK has been one team which has banked heavily on winning their home games. They've backed themselves to win at least 7 out of the 8 home games. Sorry, 6 out of the 7 home games that they would play, right? And they've employed the strategy of using the spinners to good effect. And somehow I think they've never needed that power hitter in the batting lineup. But I think with the quality of pitches that we are seeing, bigger grounds, flat decks, I think batting is proving to be the difference between the sides so far in the tournament. I think teams which have batted well and have paced their innings well have eventually come out as winners.
Honestly speaking, I think Chennai also doesn't have very penetrative bowlers. Yes, they have bowlers who can contain, but not really bowlers who are out
You
and
don't
out
win
wicket
matches.
takers.
You don't win matches just by containing. Yeah, you're right. And Deepak Chahar looks a shadow of himself. Not sure how much of impact the
The ball
COVID
is
had
not
on him.
swinging much for him. The ball
Yeah.
is not swinging much for him this year.
No,
Yeah.
the
I
pace is
did say
also down. Definitely looks a shadow
Naughtley's
of
ball seam
himself.
actually today.
I think the matter of worry for me, with this CSK how they're going on right now is that, you know, not the fact that they have limited resources. They had limited resources in the last 2 years as well. It's more about how they are using those limited resources,
Exactly my
right? I
point
mean, you
earlier.
have given
Yeah.
three chances to Murli Vijay, now 2 chances to this Gaikwad guy, ahead
अरे
of
but एक point मोहित गायकवाड पे एक point. I mean,
uh,
just to validate your point, Gaikwad is actually a makeshift middle order batsman. I'm completely baffled that Gaikwad is not being asked
exactly.
to open the innings because
Yeah, that's what I'm
he's
saying.
a pure opener.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That he's an opener. He's coming down. Jadhav is going ahead of Dhoni. So, you know, the whole tactics part of it is more worrying for me than the, you know, squad strength and
Exactly.
depth and all of that. Those things are lacking with CSK for, you know, for the past, you know, 2-3 years. We know that, right? They
It
are
is
just
getting to
carrying
a
on with that, you know, old side, right?
it
But
is getting to
now
a point
yeah,
now where I think the tactics are indefensible. I think it is getting to that stage now. I mean,
absolutely,
it is just
absolutely.
ludicrous. It is laughable. I think
Ludicrous.
some
Yes,
of the
yes,
tactics
yes,
doesn't
yes.
make any sense at all. Right? And we've
Correct,
been
correct,
watching this
correct,
game for
correct.
so many years. We've been watching and following the IPL, and I think whether you like CSK or not, you have always respected them as a side, and they've been
Yeah.
tactically brilliant. Right? Whenever they've had a successful season. Right? And I think I really don't have
I
any
mean,
words
let's
to
see. I
explain some
mean,
of the tactics.
yeah, the only thing I can hope for is that, you know, they saw this first week, you know, batch of 3 games as, you know, not making a lot of changes, and, you know, they would probably go back to the drawing board after this first week and reassess, you know, who's working out, who's not working out. And I just feel that we'll have, you know, three, four changes in a bunch in the next game with CSK. I just, you know,
Probably.
have a feeling. So let's see. Yeah.
Great. Great.
Yeah, sorry.
Let's move over to let's now
Exactly.
I think move over to Delhi Capital.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Delhi
So
Capitals, you know, their batting clicked today. Really pleased to see, you know, the top four of Delhi Capitals, you know, all four of them, you know, putting solid innings. Pant yet again coming up with a useful, not very exuberant innings, you know,
pretty
controlled
good.
He
aggression
actually
from Pant.
had a cool head,
And
and that was inexplicable
I had
in a
told you
different
guys
way.
after the last match, I had told you guys after the last match, do not write off this opening pair of DT. Do not write off Shaw.
Yes.
Right? Apply the same logic with Shaw that I think you guys were trying to defend Punk with,
Yeah,
and I
I
think
think
that
Shaw is
paid off.
somebody. Yes. Shaw is somebody you can, you know, like invest in at least, you know, 5-6 games. You know, definitely.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, he's
The
not
other
a player you
strategic
drop
change
after just the first
the,
match.
the other strategic change which we saw play out and something I think all three of us agreed on is shifting the batting position of Etmire from three to
Right.
Correct.
to lower
Yes.
down the
Yeah.
order. I
Very
think we
smart
saw that
from
play out.
from the captain. Yes.
I
Yes.
Yes.
somehow
Very
think, as
smart
in,
from the
yes,
captain.
they had probably they wanted to keep the left and right hand combination last time, but this time they thought that rather Pant than him.
But somehow
Ismail.
I felt that they missed a trick by, you know, not sending Stoinis ahead of, you know, Shreyas Iyer. I think that is somewhere they
Yeah.
probably missed a trick because, you know, Stoinis was that made the difference between 190 and 175.
Yes.
I'll tell you
Yeah, to an
why.
extent.
I'll tell
Yeah.
you why. Maybe because I think when I think Shaw lost his wicket, the spinners were still in the game, right? Because I
Yeah,
think
but
Iyer,
I mean, the CSK spinners are not, you know, not very threatening, to be honest. I mean,
yeah,
I
but
would
then it
back
is Marcus
Stoinis
Stoinis
against
we're
Piyush
talking about.
Chawla and Jadeja. You know, no
Again,
matter how
Marcus
bad a
Stoinis we're talking
a
about.
player of spin he is, you know.
Again, someone who has traditionally, needed that bit of time. And of course, why tinker with a batsman who's been, why tinker with a batting order that has, really paid dividends for you? And I think Iyer has been a constant feature at number 4 for Delhi and also for India of late. So, I mean, there was no strong reason. And again, it was not as if, we're talking about two players who are radically different in their approaches,
Yeah.
because you would back Iyer to also we bring that power game out onto the field if needed. Maybe that was the thought. So not overly
Yeah, so
concerned
I
about
mean, if they're looking at 180, then, you know, that was, you know, a good, like an okay decision. But, you know, had Stoinis come ahead of Shreyas and, you know, clicked, then they would have got to, you know, 190 or 200. So
maybe. But
just a
my point being that
limited thought from
you
my
would
side. Yeah.
you would back Iyer to possibly back with the same strike rate as a Marcus Stoinis, right? So
I doubt.
maybe
I
that
don't
was
think
the
so.
reason.
Shreya actually
I
did
don't
not
think
have
so.
that good a game as in game wise today. it was probably 110, 115 strike rate. You would back him
Yeah.
to do better than that.
You would back him, and of
Yeah.
course, I mean,
So,
is a more all-round
today
cricketer.
was more an
Possibly,
exception
Delhi
rather
felt.
than the rule, and that's fine.
Right,
I think no real concerns that I saw with Delhi's batting order. In fact, it was a good move, like we discussed, to send Hetmeyer lower down the order, and rather, on the converse, send Pant up the order at number 3.
Yeah.
Not only to keep the left-right combination going, but also to just carry on the impetus which the opening partnership had built for you. But I think CSK pulled the game back, right? CSK pulled the game back. I think Delhi were looking set for a slightly bigger total. I just felt that they could have scored 10 to 15 runs more. But I think some good smart bowling at the death, especially by Karan. And I think Chawla also came back well in his final
Last
few
couple
overs.
of overs. Yeah.
So yeah, and it's very clear. I think Chennai lost the match because
I actually
of,
rate Chawla
batting.
a little higher than you guys do. I think he has a very good googly and a good stock ball. Yes, he sometimes has a bad, when he has a bad day, he has a very bad one. Otherwise, he is generally very, has been decent.
That is fine. That is true for most cricketers, right? If you have a bad day, then you have a bad day, right? Okay. Chennai पे I think बहुत discussion हो गया. Delhi पे आते हैं, bowling पे आते हैं. I think
Amit Mishra, classical,
yes.
Leg spin. What we spoke about yesterday, that we have very few exponents of that classical loopy leg spin. We saw that with Mishra today. The way he beat Faf in the flight, the one ball which went for a boundary, but that was a beautiful ball, in which he beat him with the flight. So wonderful to see Mishra having the same skills even 10 years later. I think this bowling side looks very very complete, because once you have Ashwin back, so you can actually play Ashwin instead of Akshar Patel, and then this bowling side will look even more complete. So
would you play Avesh as an Ashwin in place of Avesh Khan?
No,
you have
so
exactly
for a backup.
No, I think Ashwin has to come in place of Akshar. And maybe, you have maybe a batting all-rounder. I'm not sure if Delhi has one, but maybe a batting all-rounder who can replace an Avesh Khan, right? So someone
I
who
think
can
Avesh Khan bowled okay. I don't think he bowled badly as such. He bowled okay.
अगर Akshar की
a
जगह
couple
पे
of
आता है ना,
catches got dropped off him actually.
Yeah.
A couple of
but
catches got dropped off.
But अगर Ashwin Akshar की जगह आता है, then you will lose some depth in that batting order. Maybe.
Yeah.
I think Ashwin bat as well as Akshar. I've never seen Akshar Patel bat really well.
You could say that.
If you need those 10 of 20 balls, 20 of 10 balls, then I think Ashwin can also do that at number 7 or 8.
The odds would be in favor. Would be equally in favor of both of them in that kind of a situation.
Yes.
Yeah, you make
I think Akshar can hit those sixes which Ashwin cannot.
Okay, but see, my point being in T20 cricket, right? If you are depending on your number 7 and 8 to win your matches, then
I think it's over.
It's mostly over by then.
Yes.
Right. And again, these are very rare situations which you would encounter in T20 cricket anyway. Right. So one day hota to different thing, but I think T20 mein you would back your top 6 batsmen to do the job for you. I think
I look forward to see Ashwin and Mishra bowl together after a lot of.
It would be yeah. And I think Delhi is
nostalgia.
Delhi is one team. Delhi एक team है जो कि they throughout the tournament, hopefully, and I think if this combination works out like you guys have called out, they really do not need to go for depth in their bowling, because I think they have 5 good bowlers who can potentially do the job really well for them. Right? And we saw that Stoinis did not have to bowl today primarily because he was not needed, because I think your main bowlers did the job for you.
Yeah, Rabada, Nokia, very solid, 145 K per hour bowlers, 2 solid spinners in Mishra and Ashwin.
Right.
And then you have a 5th bowler which can be shared between
Stoinis is there.
Stoinis.
Right. So you have 6 bowling options, which is fine for a side like Delhi, because I think all the bowlers that Delhi have are bowlers with proven quality, right? In international cricket and in IPL, right? So you would back them to do the job more often than not.
And Ishant is yet to come in.
Actually, Ishant, I forgot. Yes, Ishant
so
in place of Avesh.
Avesh, I think he's already resumed training. So I think we should see him in the next couple of games for sure.
Correct.
Guys, so I don't think there is anything else that we need to discuss about this match, because I think these are games in which there is not scope for much of discussion, because to be
Correct.
honest,
I
it
mean,
was a one-sided affair,
Yeah.
right?
very
I think
one-sided, very clear-cut. One
one
team
team played
outplaying the
really
other.
bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly, and one
Yes.
team playing really bad. So I think we've discussed
Correct.
enough of that. So maybe I think,
Tomorrow's
and
game.
some of the yeah, and some of the
Yeah.
feedback that we've got on our YouTube channel, and thank you for those
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
who've been making
Definitely.
comments. And we will try and post more videos, and we'll try to post them on time as well. And I think we just caught up the past few days, but hopefully I think this will be a regular feature going forward. And one of the suggestions that some of you have given us is to spend a little bit more time in previewing the matches for the next day, right? So we'll try to do more of that starting today. Okay. So yeah, so continue to support us and subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and share them. Leave a comment if you want, right? And we will try and engage in conversations with you. So guys, quickly about maybe 5 minutes discussing tomorrow's game, SRH versus KKR.
Yeah. The two sides
Both
who
teams
haven't opened their
uh,
account
who
yet.
haven't opened their account.
Yes.
Who do you think
Yes.
start as favorites, Sudipta?
For me, it's KKR. They still have a decent batting lineup, which I believe SRH
On
does not
paper,
have right
yeah.
now.
Mhm.
SRH needs to solve its Nabi problem. Where how do they play him in? And
I think
unless
Nabi
they
is
do
coming in
that,
next
I
match.
don't think they really can think of a score of beyond 150, 160, unless maybe Warner or Bairstow get 100.
Yeah, too dependent on the top two. Mohit?
Yeah.
I think, see, both of these sides for me are sides which are dependent on 3-4 key players. If they click in any of the game against any of the opposition, they will win those games. So for KKR, you have Russell, you have Morgan. If these players click for them, if these players go on and score a 70 or an 80, if Kuldeep Yadav comes in and takes a 3 for or a 4 for, that game KKR will sail through. As a side, both the sides have apparent weaknesses, but
Weaknesses.
yeah, slight edge I will give to KKR just because of the fact that they have a more complete side. They don't look like a
More
side
complete
who
side. Yeah.
have a problem in finding a top 11, which SRH has this year. Quite honestly, their problem this time around is going to be how their key players are going to do. Kuldeep does not look like he's in form this year. Russell, it has been a while. I've seen him perform really well in CPL as well. He was like he had a very average tournament there as well. He has not bowled for a while, so he's coming back to his bowling form as well. Naren, again, he's a class act, but he's not the old bowler which he used to be. So Karthik will have to figure out how he has to balance the young side with young bowlers like Shivam and Nagarkoti with the old guys which he has. And
But
KKR does look the stronger side, but if SRH ke liye Bairstow blasts off or Warner scores a 50 or 100, then SRH are there in the game.
Yeah.
So Hyderabad are one side which heavily depend on their their
top
four
three.
foreigners this time around. Four foreigners, that's it.
Four foreigners.
Yes, Warner, Nabi, Rashid, Bairstow, and if Williamson plays, then these four players, if they click, do very well. Indians are there as just the support role. That's that's the one thing. With Bhuvi also looks a
We
pale
has
shadow of
actually
himself.
not been
Yeah,
a wicket-taking bowler for some time now.
For a long
sometime,
time
and
now,
now
yeah.
he looks all the more. He looks like a pale shadow of the Bhuvi of 2016-17,
Yeah.
when
I think
Bhuvi
early days,
Sidharth
guys,
Paul
I
were
think
the thing in IPL.
thoda early days bhi hai, because I think rustiness will definitely play a part, and hopefully that is something that wears off as the tournament progresses, right? So maybe the benefit of doubt can be given to a bowler of Bhuvneshwar Kumar's caliber. I
I
mean,
think
I would
Bhuvi
not write him
had
off
a
now.
very ordinary IPL last year as well. So I'm
He
carrying over the
then was also
I
of
injured.
know,
last
but he
year.
was also coming back from injuries and all, right?
Yeah.
So he was, I think, last year's IPL also he was not coming on the back of a lot of cricket. Okay? So I think that is where I think we need to, give, some time to a player of this caliber. And we have seen that I think as and when you have that match practice behind you, and if you have a proven record in the class, I think you will deliver, sooner rather than later. We saw that with Mohammad Shami as well, who,
Yeah.
when he was injured and kitna mediocre performances for Rata in IPL,
His
with all
economy
the controversy
and
around this.
strike rates are
Yeah,
averages are probably
with
same as those of Umesh Yadav right now.
yeah. And also, I think a personal controversy with this saal hua tha, I think,
Uh,
and then injury problems and all. So I think sometimes I think cricketers go through those phases. I think too early to write them off, especially someone like Bhuvneshwar Kumar, who has been nothing short of excellent in IPL history, right?
he
But
actually
yeah,
did
but
not
you're
have a bad
absolutely.
match too. 25 odd runs off his 4 overs, and that is pretty decent.
Yeah, exactly. So I just feel that the criticism on him is again was a little bit too harsh in my opinion. But yes, you still have to take wickets at the end of the day to show for your efforts. And I think when you're taking the new ball and you're bowling at the dead, I think that last column on the bowling sheet matters a lot. So okay, so guys, I think we all agree. I think so. KKR
I think just
started
one point on
favorites.
that. Just
Okay.
one point on that, and it just I was just reminded of how SRH used to perform in 2016, 17, and 18, which were the three best years for SRH. One year they won, and
The one.
2018 they reached the final. So in those years, I distinctly remember Hyderabad defending totals of 130,
130s,
120,
140s, yeah.
140, right? So they were
Right.
even at their best, they were a side which was a 140 kind of a side. They were never a batting
Yeah.
powerhouse, and depended heavily on Bhuvi, Siddharth Kaul, and Rashid Khan to defend those low totals.
Yes.
Now, if Siddharth Kaul is not the same bowler which he was 3 years back, if Bhuvi is coming back from injury, coming from a break, if he's not in that way, in that wicket taking form, right? If your backup bowlers are not that great, and then you are just dependent on Rashid Khan, then who the world has now seen for 5 years.
Yeah.
Rashid Khan was also a new phase, 2016,
Yeah,
17.
he's
Now the
no
world
more.
has
He's no
seen him
more an
for
unknown
5 years.
entity. No more an unknown
Exactly,
entity.
exactly.
Right.
Hence, for SRH, they have to compensate that with some firepower in the batting, which I don't see right now. So, overall,
We
I
all
see
agree to
them as a
that.
weak side. Yes. And,
Right. We all agree to
KKR
that.
for me would start as favorites tomorrow. But let's see, if Warner and Bairstow fire at the top,
Yeah.
Okay.
they still have the bowling to defend 180.
So yeah, maybe I think this is a side which probably has to apply a reverse strategy of maybe winning the toss and batting first, and
Correct.
then
Yes.
backing your bowling to defend totals. Just I think a final wrap on this. I think quick ones. I think what are the changes that we could possibly see for both sides tomorrow? I'll go first. I think for SRH, I think we might see Kane Williamson come back into this batting lineup in place of Marsh. But again, Jason Holder has been called in as a replacement, as a like-for-like replacement for Mitchell Marsh. But I'm not sure if he has landed in Dubai yet, and quarantine rules and all. So I'm not sure he will be ready to play matches right away. I think like you said, if you have a slightly rusty bowling lineup, then you would need to compensate that with some batting power, right? So maybe I think getting in Williamson and making him bat at number three, making him bat at number three is probably the right strategy for SRH going into tomorrow's game. Similarly for KKR, I think I don't see that they're going to rig in a lot of changes. Maybe I think you've got a way to figure out. You've got to find a way to figure out a replacement for Nikhil Naik, right? I mean, he's been there for what now 2-3 seasons. I really don't see any potential. So I'm surprised what does Venki Mysore and the Kolkata team management season him, because never heard about the cricketer. I've only seen him don the KKR jersey, and again, been watching him, hearing about him whenever IPL is on for the past couple of seasons. But I don't think it has been back with any performance of him. Right? So not sure. I mean, I'm sure KKR would have better players on the bench who could be a good replacement for Nikhil Naik. Apart from that, I don't see KKR ringing in a lot of pages, primarily because it is not necessary just one game. And I would, and again, the criticism on Pat Cummins after the first game is also unwarranted. I think the champion quota. I think, I predict that we are going to see the best of him as the tournament progresses. Also, just got one day. I think his quarantine ended a day before the match, and that will always have a role to, play if you've been quarantined for that long, no practice, and then you just have to go out the next day and go. So I think KKR should be fine. Definitely the stronger side on paper. So yeah. Anything that you guys want to add?
I think for me, Hyderabad has to go in with with Bairstow, Warner, Williamson, and Manish Pandey, top four, and they have to find a
They have
way
to deliver.
bat first and put 170, 180 on the board, and then back Bhuvi and Rashid Khan and the rest of the bowling unit to somehow defend that. That's the only way I see Hyderabad having a strong chance of winning the game. With KKR, I don't see any changes. Much changes in terms of the four overseas players which they have, which they went in the first game. I still see Narine opening. Morgan should come in at 3 or 4, and Pat Cummins and Russell, or automatically make it to the side. So overall, I don't see a lot of changes in the KKR side, and they definitely start as favorites tomorrow.
For
Yeah.
me, Williamson doesn't come in right now. Nabi will take his place, take Mitchell Marsh's place as a straight swap, and that's how they will form the team for today at least, or for tomorrow at least. Going forward, I'm not sure.
I don't know if that is the right decision, though. I don't know if that is the right decision. Whenever SRH have had a successful season, you would have seen Kane Williamson at the top of the batting chart. As simple as that. You cannot have a player of Kane Williamson's caliber and then have him on the bench, right? Because I'm not sure what SRH would gain out of that strategy. I mean, if you've got someone like Kane Williamson on the bench, then it's just inexplicable.
Actually, without somebody like Nabi in the middle order is extremely weak. They'll have to space out those players for a bit. This is what I think. Otherwise,
but Nabi is a bowling all-rounder. Come on, I mean in IPL,
he has scored very well in IPL, as in the strike rate especially 140s, I guess.
He has,
130s.
So that's what they have to figure out. It's a tough choice they have to make. They have to either go in with a batting order in which Manish Pandey and Vijay Shankar are 3 and 4, and then literally, then you have Nabi and Rashid Khan, nobody else. Or they have to, think that, I go in with a batting order which is solid, top 4, and, sort of relying on them here. They'll take me to 160, 170, 180 and give me a chance in the game, right? Because if your batting is not putting up 150, 160 on the board, even with Nabi in, I don't see this bowling unit able to defend 140, 150 like they used to do in the, 2-3 years back. Yes.
Absolutely.
So, that's how it is.
What about DK playing at 3? As in, that was a surprise. Do you see that continuing?
I think that was a good move. I think that is something which Virat Kohli and MS Dhoni need to learn from.
Yes.
Right? Lead from the front. Go out there, lead from the front as captain, and don't, come in with these silly tactics ki yaar, upar isko bhej dete hain, hum niche rahenge, ye wo. You have to go out there and lead from the front, So that's the, biggest learning for, these two sides have not done well in the first week. So thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks.
Should we wrap up?
Thanks a lot. Yes. I think it's a wrap. It's a wrap on today's vlog.
And tomorrow we'll be discussing what our top 4 sides will be, since we are done with at least 2 games with with all the teams. So we'll be giving our predictions. Which 4 sides will make it to the playoffs, and which 4 sides we feel will not make it to the playoffs. We'll see how our predictions turn right or wrong. So see you tomorrow, guys, after the KKR versus Sunrisers game. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Good night.